So let me tell you how the weekend has been. We have been almost 100 degrees. We shouldn't even be in the 80s at this time. We're keeping the fountains full and seed out for the birds to try to help them out. The plants are suffering a little bit, but I'm doing it the way I normally do it. And you've seen me planting squash and everything all over. I was even working in the dog kennel this morning. We also took a quick trip to Harbor Freight that had some great cabinets for me to put my plants in, on sale for a wonderful price. But I want to explain this to you because some of you have lost plants in the heat, and let me show you what works for me. I know some people have said it doesn't work. Will all plants live? Not all, but a lot will. And if you remember this, I think you'll be able to have a garden even in the heat, just under 100. We're going through a massive heat wave, and I just planted this. Now see how droopy they are? I'm sure you can see it. Okay, let's step back. I moved this, actually stuck that in there. That's what your leaves could look like in 1 to 2 days if they get hit with water. All my seedlings. This is doing fine. This has been in there for a while. This one too, and I was going to cover them with flags. So we'll see how they go, but I don't want to touch them. Everything else is okay. A little droopy. Everything was well watered. But that's what a lot of times the plants do. As they lose moisture from their leaves, they drop it down. This is tacked on, isn't it? Yeah, it was. I just gave it a little water underneath. I did not get my plant wet. I saw somebody put up a video, hold on, saying baloney. Well, that's not baloney. I know so many of you came to me, some of you are listening to me right now, said, I was told it was okay. They live in different areas that are really hot. They watered all their plants with the hose at the heat of the day. And within 2 days, all the leaves turned brown and crispy. They never popped back up because what happened was they cooked them. When it's 100 degrees or thereabout and you wet these leaves, it's no different than you putting them in a pot of water and cooking them. They'll wilt, but you know when you cook them, they don't come back. And you don't want them to do that. Right now, they're not cooked. They've lost a lot of water. They're not going to pull any more water up from the trunk of the plant. We'll come back when the sun goes down. Today, we are 96 degrees. Now, can I shade them? Yes, it would be better if I gave them a little bit of shade. Like I said, when they're bigger, they have a bigger root system. They're fine. Don't worry about some of the droopy leaves. They'll pop back later on during the day. But if I had a flag, I don't have any. You can drape flags and give them shade. Of course, I was planning on it. But the tool will help. But even if they didn't have tool, don't touch them. You really want them older than this. This is really small to put them through this type of stress. But in the meantime, we're just going to leave them and come back when the sun is down. And hopefully they'll pop up. If you have to water them, again, I'll show you how to water. Where's my watering can? If you need to water your plants, you water from the bottom. Let it run around the trunk of the plant so the plant can pull the water up when it needs to be pulled up. And then later on, it should all pop up. 7:30 now. We looked hours ago. Oh, look. Perfectly fine. Look how upright it is now. Look at that. And that's what I said. Just don't touch them. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Look at this one. I don't know if we can see through the hole that's there. Look at that. Doing really good. Even the little flower that's in there is doing good. Really good. This is what I'm saying. It was, 96? And they were drooping, looking like they were dying. This is doing good. Is this clipped on? No, it's not. There it is. You saw me water just around the plant. You can water the pot, which is really good if you've got pots in there because the pot will feed the roots and you leave the plant alone. Yes, you can provide shade for it, but please, if you hit the leaves and it is hot, the water will heat up right away. If it heats up before it evaporates, you have cooked the leaves. You could end up cooking the whole plant. So you just water around the stem. It has worked for me for years. And when a friend of mine that spoke to me, said she lost her entire garden. She started it again. What do? I told her what to do because she watered everything on a really hot day. I want to jump in here and explain. I'm talking about overhead watering like a sprinkler in the heat of the day. That is what I'm talking about. That's what you don't want to do. It's close to 100 degrees. And like I said, the next day they were still droopy, and within a couple days they just all dried up and they didn't come back. Now, if it was a regular plant, not a vegetable plant, it might come back, might just start to rejuvenate itself towards the bottom. But these are vegetable plants. They're not as sturdy as a regular bush or, a plant like that's out there. These are more delicate. They are fragile and you have to treat them right. And that's how it works. So again, in the heat, you saw it. Everything looked like it was dead. It was all drooped over. They're all beautiful now. The sun has gone down. Like I said, it's 7:30, it's beyond the hills. And as soon as the temperature changes, they will pull the water back up and refeed the plant. And that's how they work. Again, vegetable plants are not the same as your bushes. You can spray them down, but these are annuals, and annuals are a completely different animal, if you want to see it that way. And that's it. Oh, how beautiful. All right, look at the moon. All right, I'm gonna go water a little bit now that the sun is down. So I went ahead and I used my hose and I just water right through the tulle. I'll tell you something, the next day, this is the weekend, it's been hot. We've had 3 days in the upper 90s, so I decided to just go ahead. I've got all these extra flags, and I just quickly put a flag on. Literally took me 23 seconds to clip on a flag, an old Christmas flag, onto 2 totes. Now the plants have a protection from the hot sun, but they're still going to get some sun through it and they'll be fine. Same thing, just don't hit those leaves during the hottest time of the day and you'll be okay. Now let's go to Harbor Freight and see what happened there. So it turned out they had some coupon for the weekend, I guess Mother's Day. Normally they sell for $60 and there was some sort of discount, and I decided I'm going to get 2 for the deck. And if I don't want it, Gary said he'll take it. And he is putting one in his room. And it's going to be for me propagating plants and maybe storing some pots and things. It should make, things neat. Over here. So we ended up getting 3 of these because the Mother's Day weekend, they had them for $40, regular, $60? And then there was a discount. So we got another $10 off. So you can't beat that. So they came out to be like $35 each. These are the really big ones, and I'm going to put them on the deck. And I think it's going to be good for starting plants, doing a lot of propagating, which I really want to do. And then in the winter, I can grow lettuce and different things on them too. All right, Gary's bringing the car. I'm going to help him get it in the car, and then home we're going to go. I think Gary was happy. There was actually nobody at Harbor Freight, like 2 people in the whole store. We were only in there for maybe 15 minutes. He did his purchase and we got to go home, and that's what he wanted. And boy, was there a lot of traffic everywhere. But I hope I gave you some ideas on in the heat, how to try to take care of your plants. All we can do is do our best. And remember, if it dies back, just compost it and start over. And with those shelvings I got, I can get more seedlings going. And then if something does happen, can always go grab another seedling and just keep on going. I mean, nature's not perfect. We do the best we can. And it literally took me, it was less than a half a minute to get the flag on. They just clip right on, and I clipped it right onto the tulle itself. Maybe it's not the greatest idea. You might make holes, but it works. And it's great. And now it's covering the plant, giving it a little bit more protection. And if you can't, don't worry about it. Just don't hit him with water in the heat of the day. With that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.